thanks. So, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to our Wednesday afternoon live broadcast here at the Fuller University Self-Learning Center. Today we have a very, very special guest with us today. He is the creator and host of the very famous English learning channel, Ray Do English. He is also an alum of the Foreign English department. Now he has over 1 million subscribers, and today he's here to talk to us a little bit about English learning, English teaching, and English in multimedia. So, welcome, Ray. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Oh, it's my pleasure to be back. It's been a while since I've been back to, Fujian, to my college.
Yes.
And
do you like it here?
The last time I came back, it was for a speech, and now here I'm still speaking to an audience. I heard that you guys are reinventing ways to learn English.
Yes.
You have this club.
Yes.
And you invite guests to speak with you. I think this is a good format for people to use the device that they're most familiar with to learn.
Yes. Yeah, this is our belief that the future of English learning, or many kinds of learning, is self-learning, and students need to sort of have the ideas in their mind, like what do I want to become, what do I want to do with English, and then where can I improve? And so we are implementing this self-learning program and self-learning points so students can choose how they want to.
We should have had that when we were students.
No, we didn't, right? We didn't have this.
We did not have this resource.
Yeah.
Like a trivia fact. We were classmates.
Yes.
We entered in the same year.
I know it doesn't look like it.
No, don't say that. But yeah, we were classmates. We had one class that was translation together.
That's right. We took translation together.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm technically a year older. Yeah. But we entered for a university.
I think we're the same age because I also entered Fujian like a year older than most of my classmates.
Wow. Okay. So we are great. Okay. So, so we are the same age. Yeah.
No more excuses.
No more. No. Not Jacob. Yeah.
Okay. So we are speaking to an audience of Fujian English majors.
That's right. We're foreign students who are self-learning English right now. We're interested in self-learning.
Okay.
And so I'd like to start with what your experiences here at Foreign, your English learning experiences, how you became an English major, and some of your memories of taking English courses here in the university.
So that department goes back to when I was still in high school. The reason why I decided on an English major was because I had such terrible grades on other subjects that the English major was the only option. It's the only way out. So I remember filling the cards with all English majors, starting from Zhengda English major all the way down, and Fuda was kind of like the second or my third. And I remember being really confused about what I want to do in the future, because when I was in high school, I attended all these kinds of English competitions, and of course I was the best at English, but that was my only feat. That was like my only ability. It's English, the English ability. So I was at a loss of what I want to do in the department, because I'm a little bit ahead of my classmates. So I have a little bit more time, and that led me to like a belief that I should do more in my college years. Not just pertaining to English, not just attending classes, but also learn more skill sets so that I'm more prepped for the future. So that's why when I entered the English department, I decided to take a lot of extracurricular activities or courses, and the one that had the most impact on me would be filmography classes and editing classes. So these two later became how I managed to work on YouTube. So apart from English, I think those were the primary things that I did in college.
For students who are now trying to learn English here in university, though, what kind of courses were helpful for you and you think would be helpful for them?
Okay. I'm not that much of a literature guy. I've taken literature courses before. But I'm more into linguistics. So back in our days, we have Professor Kenneth?
Kente.
Oh, Kente, right.
Kente, right.
Yeah. Kente.
Kente Takaya.
Kente, right, Kente. And then we had Michael.
Yes.
Okay, so I love the social linguistic and psycholinguistic classes.
I see, yeah.
I love them so much that I took psycholinguistics twice. Not to, get like an easy credit, but because Michael said that the one he's opening was more advanced.
Right.
It was not, but he said that I would learn more in the same subject, so I went to psycholinguistics. I took psycholinguistics twice.
Yes.
And I also liked SLA, second language acquisition, because I was into how people learn English,
right?
How students, how speakers of Chinese learn English, and what's the most efficient way to deliver that education, to deliver that language.
Yes.
So these were the courses that I remember enjoying in college.
Yes.
For literature classes, I think I only took 2.
Right.
The one was the mandatory introduction to literature. The second one was something about urban culture. It was a class by Kate.
Yeah.
So I'm not.
Yes.
I am a bit hesitant to go into details because I'm afraid she would call me out on this, but it's got something to do with like city culture and urban suburban stuff.
Right.
So those were the only 2 literature classes that I took.
I see.
So for English majors currently studying in the department,
yes,
I would say to really, because besides English, there's a lot of other things to learn. But if you want to focus on what's readily available, what's offered in the department, I would say these are the 2 main courses, like the main paths you can choose, right? Literature or linguistics or translation.
Translation.
So you have to figure out which one suits you best, because I know a lot of classmates who, they fell in love with literature and I cannot converse with them. They speak in a language that I do not understand. And compared to other peers, like some literature guys, they can't understand the way we think, when we are more linguistically oriented. Right. So finding out what suits you best would be, I think, the main thing here.
Right. And how about for students who are outside the English department, who are trying to explore their English resources and thinking about learning, improving their English when they're in university, connecting it with their fields? What sort of suggestions and resources would you recommend, or courses?
I think we talked about this just now, a lot of friends or classmates that we have who have extraordinary English abilities, they don't learn it within the system, especially not within like the high school system.
No. Yeah.
So they either have like a really good friend, like a buddy that is either a foreigner or is proficient in English, or they come from like an English-speaking family, or they have overseas experience, or they have a great passion about like they have a hobby that is tied with English. For example, they're really into Disney movies, or they're really into pop music. So they come into natural contact with English. I think that's the thing here, because when I'm doing like the channel, when I'm creating videos, I always believe that perseverance is the only way out. It's the key to learning the language. It's not like you're just learning it for one day, for 9 hours a day, and suddenly you're proficient. So I often compare it with going to the gym. So when you want to be more healthy, when you want to be more athletic, you go to the gym. And when you go to the gym, you can't expect yourself to stay there for a day and work out for 12 hours and just come out like a model, come out like like a fitness guru. That's impossible.
I wish.
Yeah, we wish, but that's wishful thinking.
Yeah.
What ends up happening is when you spend little tiny bits of time, but over a long period. So when you spend 10, 20 minutes every single day working out, going to the gym, in a year, in 2 years, I guarantee you are going to become healthier, you're going to be more fit. So that is akin to English learning. It's not about jamming yourself into one lesson or one class or one video. It's about that procedure that you have. It's the perseverance. So what I feel like is the best method is different for everyone. So for instance, I just talked about friends who love these Disney series, who love pop music. So that would be the most suitable way for them to learn, because they're interested in the topic, they're interested in the subject, so it keeps them going. So for students that's currently studying in college, especially in for that, I would say to get a hold of, get like a bird's eye view of all the resources that's available in campus or online.
Yes.
Assess them and think about this question. Which one method, which one course can I picture myself still learning from it a year from now?
Mm-hmm.
So
still learning a year from now.
Right, right. So you don't want it to be short term. You don't want to think about, oh, this is easy credit,
mm-hmm.
or this seems like it's a painless way to go about it.
Mm-hmm.
You want to think about how it sustains.
Mm-hmm.
So if a year from now you can still picture yourself learning from this method,
yes,
I think that would be a good way for you to get into natural contact with
mm-hmm.
English.
Mm-hmm. Specifically, I think that's very good advice. But specifically now, if students are interested, for instance, in multimedia,
Mm-hmm.
because conventionally we think of English learning as books and magazines maybe, or broadcast, radio broadcast. But now we have YouTube, yes,
right.
and we have all kinds of multimedia.
Mm-hmm.
So you talked about how in your university years you took filmography
mm-hmm.
and then you learned how to edit.
Right.
This really helped you in building
Launching
a
my
career,
career, right?
Building a career. And so, if students on twofold, if they want to learn with this sort of new media, or if they want to participate
Mm-hmm.
in this new media, what are some suggestions you would give, and what is your experience using multimedia yourself as a learner and therefore becoming a creator in this process? Could you talk a little bit about this?
So multimedia, I think the most interesting thing about multimedia is that it's not just unidirectional, it's bidirectional. So there's a conversation between people. By that I mean with traditional media like broadcasts and television,
Mm-hmm.
it's one way. So there's no way for you to interact
Mm-hmm.
with the content. But now with multimedia, you have anyone can create a Facebook page, anyone can create a YouTube channel,
Mm-hmm.
anyone can become a creator.
Yes.
So by that, I mean a lot of new and free content is being uploaded onto the internet.
Mm-hmm.
So you can choose as a learner, if your perspective is I want to learn from all these different resources.
Mm-hmm.
As a learner, you have a myriad of opportunities
Mm-hmm.
and choices. And not only that, with every choice you make, with every resource you consume, you can directly converse with them. So for example, if you watch like my YouTube videos, you can leave a comment, and next time maybe the next video content will be based off your comment. That you just left.
Mm-hmm.
So that's as a learner's perspective.
Mm-hmm.
So setting at a creator's perspective, because it's now so easily accessible.
Mm-hmm.
You can create content, you can put it on the web.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more of a collaborative creative experience.
Mm-hmm.
So I get a lot of my inspirations from my fellow YouTubers,
Mm-hmm.
and I also do collab videos with them.
Mm-hmm.
So I listen to their problems, I look at my comments, I see what are the most frequently asked questions by
Yes.
my fans,
Yes.
and I turn them into creations,
Mm-hmm.
like videos, or podcasts,
Mm-hmm.
or magazine.
Mm-hmm.
So the key point here, I think, is the conversation between the consumers, the content consumers, and the content creators.
I see. And what are the biggest challenges, I should say, maybe that you have faced as a creator
Mm-hmm.
or your fellow creators? What are some of the hurdles that you need to think about when it comes to you? Because you are not just a creator, you're not just entertaining, you're also educating.
Mm-hmm.
So does this create some special kind of hurdles, some special kind of problems?
I think that the main hurdles, well, the most outer layer would be your basic skill set.
Mm-hmm.
That being the ability to edit, the ability to act natural in front of a camera,
Mm-hmm.
the ability to think logically and to pack content into like a format, for example, a video format or like a post. So that's the basic skill set that you need. That's the first thing. I think a lot of college students, they do not yet possess this skill.
And this takes practice?
This takes practice. You don't really have to go take a particular course. You can learn, like for me, I learned most of my editing online
Mm-hmm.
through, because a lot of us, especially for English majors, we have this advantage being we have more advanced English skills than our peers. So with that ability, we can find a lot more resources online to learn, right? To self-learn. So that's the outermost layer. And after that, the next hurdle would be, what is your place? What is your place as a creator?
Your niche. Basically.
Right, your niche,
your
right.
Market.
Your market. What content are you creating and who are you creating it for? So I think for YouTube, the interesting thing is you don't have to be an actor. So in like traditional media, there is a certain model of success. So you have to dress pretty, you have to be something, and they're basically like cookie cutters. So everyone kind of like, they look the same. So every generation of idols and pop stars and TV
there's a
certain pattern. But for YouTube, because it's so open and diverse, I think the beauty is in the diversity. So you can be literally anyone you want to be. You can be your authentic self. However, you still need to stand out. You need to find a certain trait that people remember you by.
I see.
So you don't have to be the obnoxious, loud, kid in front of the camera. You could be quiet. You could be withdrawn. You could be an introvert. But as long as you're sharing with an audience that relates to you, that's the meaningful relationship that you're building through the platform.
Yes.
So I think the next hurdle would be to find who you want to become and really have personality that you can center your content around.
I see. So basic skill set, and then find your voice.
Right, finding your voice.
Find your voice.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it, because YouTube just kind of refurbished their brand statement. I think 1 year ago.
I see.
It used to be broadcast yourself, but now their brand statement is to give people a voice and show them the world.
I see. Wonderful.
Right, so they're giving YouTubers on the platform the voice of their own, and then giving them an audience that comes from